All right, I think we're live. So this is my first time doing a YouTube live, everybody. I got my buddy Kevin. He's in the green room with this software. It says like Ecamm Live right here. So I didn't buy the software because I'm just like I don't know if this is gonna work and trying to test everything out. But a lot of people do these YouTube lives, and I figure it'll provide a little bit of value to you guys at home watching, and you'll be able to ask questions live, from what I understand. I got to get back onto the right page here. Oh boy, there we go. Oh, yep, my mom is on. Okay, that's very interesting. So my mom's on, and I think we have one other one other viewer. It's probably Kevin's wife, honestly. So um, I'm not gonna really give Kevin too much of an introduction, just because we're gonna chat about his process and what they did moving here and everything like that. So I'm going to bring Kevin on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and do that. And let me figure out. I'm going to punch some buttons here. We're going to add Kevin in.
Okay.
Hey, Kevin, what
All
is up,
right.
my man?
Hey, how's it going, Ryan? Ryan's
It's
mom, how are you?
Yep, it's me and my mom hanging out here tonight. So Kevin's
Awesome.
so gracious to take the time tonight to chat with us and join us. So thank you for doing that. I'm like super nervous.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you guys. I usually shoot these videos, and this is like my little studio here in my office, and usually I can take this stuff and cut it up and cut out all the and the the nasty words that I say, and here I can't really do
Yeah.
that. So you guys are gonna get kind of the full Monty here, and yeah, but we'll
Yeah.
get straight
This will be
into it.
fun.
Right on. So Kevin
Awesome.
moved here from Seattle. Tell us, you've been here now a little bit. It's like a year and a half, I think you've been here.
Yeah, oh, close to two. Yeah, that we moved down from Seattle, from rainy Seattle.
Rainy Seattle. Yeah, Kevin was. So I started
Yeah.
doing YouTube videos right after,
Mm.
like, right when coronavirus hit, because I used to like sit open houses 5 to 6,
Yeah.
7 days a week, and you talk about putting yourself to sleep at open houses. Not a whole lot of fun, but that's what I did to get business. And then I always had this in the back of my mind, like I wanted to do these video walkthroughs and stuff. And Kevin, you were actually, I don't know if you know this, but I think like maybe the third person that had contacted me out of the blue for
Oh,
YouTube.
really?
Yes, yes. So
Yeah.
I'm not
I
that
didn't know
cool.
that.
I'm not that cool. I haven't been doing it that long. So yeah, you were like one of the first people. And Kevin sent me over this, and we were just chatting about it before we went live. But he sent me this little picture of his dream backyard, and I was kind of thinking like, oh man, this is gonna be tough to find. Like you got to find this dude's dream backyard. So, but yeah, he ended up
You're just
scoring
like, this guy's
a pretty
weird.
big. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, what is this guy thinking? No, but yeah, I get demands, like lists of demands sometimes, and
Yeah.
people can, in this market, you got to give a little bit, and I think you guys
Yeah.
obviously did that. But yeah, I mean, you guys found an awesome house, and I'll stop
Yeah.
telling people the story. But why did you like? So you guys lived in Seattle, and before that, you lived in California. You guys were in like
Yeah.
Coronado. You were telling
Yeah.
me.
So my wife is from Canada. I'm from Southern California, and we were living in San Diego, in Coronado, just the best place you could live, right?
Right.
And then wife is a nurse, and she decided I want to do some more, and decided to further her career, and she wanted to get her doctorate degree, and University of Washington was one of the top programs in the nation. And I was like, oh man, we're gonna go to the rain and gray, and sure enough, we did, and it was a fun experience. But after the 3 years, we were looking like we need to get back to the sun somewhere, either
Yeah.
California and then Arizona, and then really, to be honest, Ryan, like your YouTube videos got us here. To be honest, because we
Sweet.
were thinking about going to San Diego, thinking about Palm Springs and stuff like that, and then we kind of somebody said Scottsdale or something like that, and we started watching videos on Scottsdale, and then we found yours on Gilbert.
Sweet.
Um, and then it kind of became, it was
I'm
funny,
blushing.
kind of became like a nightly thing of my wife and I watching your Escape to Arizona, or what, that's what it's called, right? Escape
Seriously,
to
I'm
Arizona?
blushing. Yeah, yeah.
No, it's just funny. Like they were so informative, and we had no idea about Gilbert, but we found your video and we're like, oh man, this place is awesome. And this guy's awesome. He's just all over the place, giving us just being weird like you normally
Yeah.
are, and we love that. But it was kind of a pandemic thing for us. You know, some people
Yeah.
watch TV shows and stuff. Well, we watched Ryan at night, and we were like,
Yeah.
oh, we like Queen Creek, we like Gilbert, we all this stuff. So
Sweet.
honestly, it was really you that got us here.
Well, hey, I did not know all that, but that's
Yeah.
great to hear. So I know there's some other guys too that and some ladies that are on YouTube. And really it's I didn't even know, but like it's such a it's there's just such a vast like expanse of knowledge in YouTube and like with
Mhm.
everything. I mean, you really um, if you're looking to do anything, like it's on YouTube, it's crazy. So, and especially now, if you're looking to move and relocate, which so many people are doing these days with what's going on. So yeah, I'm glad that worked for you guys. And
Well, that's really important. Like you, the how informative your videos are, because we'd never. I think I may have been to Arizona once. My wife maybe once, and we
yeah,
were moving there with nothing, knowing nobody. So
right,
to get your video, tell us what we're doing. So yeah,
yeah.
that's really good.
So what was your process? Enough about me. Please.
Yeah, guys, he
They're
paid
like,
me
is
to
this
tell him
like,
all that
yeah,
stuff.
this is
So
like a self, this is, what, how much did this guy pay you to be on? This
I'm
is
a paid
weird. It's
guest.
getting weird. It's getting strange. Okay. So anyways, so you guys, you were there like 3, 4 years in Seattle and you just basically, there's no, I mean, that's what everybody tells me in Seattle. There's no sun. It's always cloudy. It's raining kind of. I mean, Chicago, I don't think is as bad where I'm from, but I can relate to the weather situation. You guys were in a condo there, from what I remember, right? And so you were 3, 4 years you were there, and then you decided to come down. So what was the besides watching me? What did I know you guys reached out to me? You
Yeah,
came in and you got a short term rental, right? Is that what you?
right. Yeah, and you helped us get that short term rental. That was another thing we were just trying to figure out. Like, we knew we didn't want to get into like a 1 year lease or
Right.
longer. We knew we were going to want to buy something at some point, and you
Mm-hmm.
helped us get into that Valdista one that was,
Yeah.
I think it was 2 to 3 months or something like that,
Sure.
and that was such an easy process. And so it was nice for us. We didn't have to rent a storage unit because it had a big garage. We just put all our
Yeah.
stuff in there. But I mean, the coming down from Seattle, we just drove down and kind of reached out to you, and you were kind of our guy that we kind of leaned
Sweet.
on for questions.
Yeah.
Where do I go? Where's a good brewery? I
Right. Yeah. No
think we
idea.
met at Osho.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times. Great place. So with that short-term rental, and that's what a lot of people are looking for down here. What months did you guys rent that? I forgot. Like, do you remember the months?
That
Weren't you down
was
here in the
probably
summer?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we moved in June, so it must have been like June to August or October, something like that.
So with short-term
And
rentals, you're going to pay the most in the winter months, and then even more from like January, February, March is actually when short-term rentals go up a lot more because you have spring training. So just FYI, if you guys are looking to come down here and stay in a short-term rental,
Mhm.
it's going to be the most money in March. So I don't, do you remember what you had like what was it, a 2 bed, 1 bath
It was
deal,
a
or just one
townhouse.
bed? Yeah.
It was it was great in Val Vista. We had a pool across the street. We had the big
All
pool,
right.
community pool. I think we paid $1,200 a month. Like,
Sweet. Wow, that's a
I
great
mean, it
deal
was
for.
a good deal.
I don't even know how you guys got that. That's crazy. Must have been all me.
Yeah.
I'm just. I have no idea. I remember the realtor on the other side was really nice though, so she was cool.
Yeah, she was, and I mean, yeah, it was during the summer, and then I think the month after it would have been like 23 or twenty four
Okay.
hundred bucks. So
Okay.
it goes up quite a bit. But
Yeah.
summertime's time to move, in my opinion.
Yeah. There you go. So if you're looking to come down, you guys, it's January, so just get your short-term
Yeah,
rental squared away. June, July, August, and then you guys stayed through October, I think. Right? Is that where you
yeah, I
guys ended?
believe it was October, and then we ended up. I mean, we looked at, I mean, so many houses with you,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
the market was crazy then,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it was
and
fun.
and and that was yeah, it was a good time. And I enjoy like I've been a lot more on the listing side, and I've put out some videos that are like listing homes, how to do certain things, and I joined a different brokerage that's a lot more about listings. But I really enjoy the
Yeah.
buy side because I like taking that experience with people and showing them homes. I mean, who doesn't like to see houses? It's like the greatest thing. So I really
It,
enjoy that. So it was a lot of fun. But it was, yeah, it was a really tough market at the time. So it was 2020,
yeah.
which was a year ago. And then I would say like September, August, September, October, I think were the months that you were
Yep.
looking. So yeah, it was a little bit challenging. So, and Kevin ended up finding a for sale by owner house and got into that in a beautiful, beautiful location. And honestly, like, tell us about that. Like, just tell us about that process
Yeah.
because that's kind of interesting. Like, you found something off market, went in there,
Yeah.
got it. They didn't want to deal with a realtor, and it was like, it just worked out for you guys.
Yeah, it really did. We looked at so many properties, and I mean, I love the work that you put in every time. I'd say, "Hey, I saw this property. Okay, let's go
Right.
check it out. Let's go check it out." And that was a fun process, but also a frustrating process. Like
Yeah, I think
you
I
you
think
find the house and you're like,
you got to
"Good,
the point where you're just like, all right, we'll take it. Like, let's just do it. Throw the
yeah,
offer in. And it wasn't even
yeah,
like he didn't even really like the house at the
yeah."
time. He'd just be
So
like,
true.
let's just settle and get somewhere. So
Yeah,
yeah, it becomes fun. And
yeah,
then at that point, it was just, yeah, it just got a little bit frustrating. And I could definitely see it. Kevin would show
yeah.
up, like I remember to one house, and it was like, oh, like the house was just brutal. And he's just like, oh, geez, I'm
Terrible.
sorry to waste your
But you're
time,
always
Ryan. I'm
honest
sorry.
with me.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah. And and I'll show up and give you my opinion
yeah,
and, and tell you what's up. But yeah, he found a beautiful house though, Morrison Ranch. And I mean, underpaid for it, underpaid, did not have
yeah.
to waive the appraisal, right? I mean, it came out to appraised value, right?
A little over, but not
Little,
much.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So, I
yeah.
mean,
But comfortable,
yeah.
easily comfortable. Yeah,
Yes. So right
and
now people are, there's, I mean, I just accepted an offer that wasn't waiving appraisal. Um, Most offers, if there's a house that has any type of desirability and there's people in it,
yeah,
people bidding on it, then you're definitely more than likely going to have to waive the appraisals because appraisals just aren't catching up to the value of homes right now. So that's kind of what you're seeing in the market. It's still happening. I mean, right now there's record low inventory, but yeah, Kevin was able to score this house, which was great. And how do you like
yeah,
Morrison Ranch? I have a video on Morrison Ranch. And also, in case you're wondering what he was
yeah,
talking about with Val Vista, it's Val Vista Lakes is where he was at. He was in like the
yeah.
condo townhouse section of that. But anyways, how is living in Morrison Ranch? Tell us about that.
Honestly, Ryan, it's absolutely incredible. I mean, and just recently too, the weather's been so good.
Yeah.
The sky is so beautiful. But the neighborhood Morrison Ranch it's all green, and that was kind of one of my things coming to Arizona. Not necessarily a desert guy, and I didn't know
Right.
if we were going to get a place where we could, have green grass and all that. But this neighborhood has trees and grass, and everybody has to have grass. There's tons of parks, really good family area, kids all over
Awesome.
the place. And that's really for all of Gilbert is really that way, but especially Morrison Ranch. Ryan has a video on the top was it the top 5 or 6
Top.
neighborhoods, and he screwed up and didn't put Morrison Ranch on number 1, but
Right, right.
um,
I was like, wait, you're going to say I didn't put it in there? No, it's in there. Yeah, Power Ranch is
no, you
number
just
one,
put
dude.
it lower than it should be. But
Yeah,
no, it's
yeah,
an incredible neighborhood, and we were really, really lucky and blessed to get the
yeah,
property. But yeah,
yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful home. Yeah, it's got a pool. I mean, it's everything you guys could ask for. So it's a great
right,
location. Yeah, and what he means by green and there's grass at every house is like the HOA makes you have grass. And it's kind of weird in Arizona, but it's all reclaimed water. So that helps a little bit when they're, watering and everything. But yeah, it's just this lush green, like forest environment almost. Like when you drive through, and on my video, you can see this, there's just tree lined streets. And like if you
yeah,
drop somebody in there in the middle of this neighborhood, you would not know that you're in Arizona. It's that green
yep,
and lush, and yeah, I mean it's a cool place for sure. And they're still doing new builds there. I just did some new build tours, but the prices for these things, did you see those by chance? Do you guys still watch me?
Uh,
No, no. Now that we
I
actually unsubscribed.
hey, no, hey, I'm your biggest fan on Instagram.
He is actually. He
I
is.
haven't
Yeah,
watched you on YouTube though in a while, but I
man.
should. So you're
Yeah,
right.
no.
Yeah.
Keep up with what's going on here. So I've been doing a lot of like new build tours, and yeah, Toll Brothers has some really nice houses that are going up. I'm sure you've seen them. You have to drive by them,
Yeah,
but
they're all over the
yeah,
place. They still have a lot more to do too,
yeah,
closer to our side. So, I
yeah,
mean, the Morrisons do a beautiful job of
yeah,
their master plan communities.
yeah.
I think that's what they're called, right? Yeah.
Master
So,
plan communities, yeah, right on. So yeah, it's a big freaking neighborhood too, man. There's a lot of different
yeah.
styles of homes there. I love it. So so what's been like the biggest challenge relocate? I mean, you guys had to relocate. So that was your second time relocating, right? So you moved to Washington
Yeah.
and then you moved to Arizona. So what was like the toughest thing? I guess like let's talk like about the job situation. Did you make a
Mm,
smooth
yeah.
transition or was it like how did you buy the house? Because when I came down here, I had
Yeah.
another business, so I was able to say I'm expanding my business to Arizona. They gave me a loan
Yeah.
somehow, and that worked out. So everybody's got their challenges with moving here. So how did you guys get a you know
Yeah.
be able to purchase and
Yeah, so good question. I have worked for my company for over 4 years now, and it's the same company, and I kind of work remotely in the fundraising space, so it wasn't a huge deal for me. So I was able to, lucky enough, transfer down here. But my wife, she was nurse, and at the time she was doing a like a 1099 job.
right?
That
Those are the
that
toughest.
that was the tough part. Like when we went to go get the loan, they're like, "Well, you need to be in that job for at least a year." I think it was maybe even 2 years, and she
Right.
had just started, which was a challenging thing that we had no idea. I think you may have mentioned it, and then
Yeah.
the loan officer tried to do whatever, but they ended up having to take her off the loan,
The loan
and
officer. All right, inside
another buddy
joke.
of ours,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, no, I mean that was the real challenging part. I think the biggest thing, and when you're moving somewhere, you're buying a home, you need number one a good realtor, and you need a good loan officer, and those two people like helped us a ton, to
Yeah.
make us feel comfortable. We don't know anything, we don't know anything
No.
about Arizona. Some things are different, and so
Yeah.
there's a little bit of challenges there, but we end up getting it done. So
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. No, you guys did. What would you say, like, so challenge wise, not on the whole loan process, job process? And yeah, by the way, that's what I tell everybody is like, if you're going to move down here, you need to have a job lined up and preferably in the same field that you're already in. If you're switching fields, then they want you to have 2 years experience in that field, and then transfer kind of like, what would you call that? Like a horizontal transfer, not like a vertical thing. So you got to show some job history, and then there's debt to income and credit scores and all that fun stuff, which a lender can talk about. And I don't want to talk too much about that because I'm no professional by any means when it comes to that, and that's why I
yeah.
refer out to lenders. But yeah, so what was the biggest challenge like? I guess logistically, like how did you guys got everything? Well, you said you got everything down here. You stored it in the garage. You just took a big moving van, got everything down here.
Yeah, so actually we from Seattle, we just packed up one of those like moving
Oh,
boxes or
that's right.
something like that. Yeah, and got that in, and that was honestly the easiest way to do it. When we moved from San Diego to Seattle, we actually got a truck. Like we,
Okay,
loaded up a truck. Well, they loaded it for us, but and
of
it was super
course.
expensive, and the weight it was like way it wasn't a process I would ever use again. This
Gotcha.
time we just got a big one of those stationary box they drop off. You fill it up, and then they pick it up and they say, hey, it's going to be there in 3 weeks or whenever. And we were like, okay, great, we'll meet it there. And we just drove from Seattle, took our time going down, checking the different places,
Did it
and
take you three
going from there.
weeks?
No, it ended up taking like two, I think. We took our
Sweet.
time. We also
Yeah.
have a 3-year-old daughter, so we
Yeah.
were taking our time. And then I think I flew back to go get our second car,
Okay.
because we had obviously one car, and I flew back and drove the other car back by myself. I guess you could ship your car if you wanted. I've never done that.
Yeah. We shipped our car. It was like $1,000 or something, but everything is so much more
Oh,
expensive than it was a while ago
yeah.
when I moved here. But yeah, so
Oh,
yeah, it sounds like you guys had everything, and that's what I did too. We put everything in a 52-foot long box truck, and then they
yeah.
shipped it down here, put it on a train, and all that fun stuff. So I think that's the best way
Yeah.
to do it. I mean, driving down here yourself is kind of tough, but people do it. I hear. Yeah,
Well, the
you
thing
gotta
about
get the cars here.
the trucks too, you load it up and then they kind of weigh it so you can. I mean, it depends on what they say that weight is. So we thought
Right.
our expenses were going to be $1,000. Ended up being like 3,000 to go to Seattle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
with the other one, it's a flat rate, which is
Not too
easier.
bad though. Not too bad. From what
No,
I hear,
no, it's
some
probably
people are
double that
paying.
now.
I mean,
But
I hear a
it's,
lot of people paying like 10 to 15, like white glove service
oh,
is going to be like 15 grand to move here.
uh,
It's
for
crazy.
sure.
So it's
Yeah,
not many trucks, you know, not a whole lot of supply. So it's just they're jacking up the
yeah,
price, especially coming from California. So if you want to get a ride back to California, no problem. You could probably get something for free.
yeah,
But
easy. No one wants
um,
to do that.
no, nobody does. Nobody does. So what has been I guess what's been like the biggest social challenge for you guys? Because like for us, we have three kids. You have one kid. It's a little bit easier.
Yeah,
You don't get how life is with three kids. You guys over there, it's insane.
yeah.
It's tough to make friends. It's tough to go out. It's tough to
Sure.
do anything that. Anyways, what is the biggest challenge for you guys? Like socially, how are the people there? How have they
Yeah.
how have they been to you? I guess like what's been your experience so
Uh,
far with the people? Because
man,
I think
that's
that's important.
yeah, it's super important, especially coming from Seattle where everybody's just cold and really hard to make friends. It's very different here in Arizona. People are lovely. We've made friends. We're busy people. Both of us work,
Yeah.
and my daughter's doing a bunch of different stuff. But my wife, when we even before we got on here, she got on the Gilbert's mom's. I think there's
Oh
a
yeah.
Facebook page, something like that, and there's a Gilbert Dads and stuff like that we've got on, and we
I
just
did
kind of
not
put
know there was a
ourselves out
Gilbert
there.
Dad's.
I think
Anyways,
actually,
go on.
excuse me, Morrison Ranch Dad started
Oh,
that. Yeah, yeah.
I can't
Sorry,
be a part of that. Okay, okay, go on. So
you probably have your own and where you're living,
yeah, we
but
do, we do.
um, yeah.
So you join those
But
groups, and
stuff,
everybody's been pretty
yeah,
cool.
stuff like that. Yeah, people been great, like just neighbors and everybody, really nice, really respectful. Yeah, give them a lot of kids and stuff. And my daughter does swim lessons. We've met some people there, and she does Kids Strong and soccer and stuff. So each one of those places, we're meeting people, and people are here are just so welcoming and want to talk to you, and you know
Yeah,
that kind of. So it's great.
that's how I've seen it for sure. I've seen, a lot of just a lot of nice people, and I hear that's what I hear from everybody that moves here, like mostly from California, and then from like Washington, is that they would like
For
walk by
sure.
their neighbors and like they would wave at them and people won't wave back and I'm like, "Really? That's crazy."
Terrible.
So, anyways,
Yeah,
let's I got some you can't see the comments in here, can you, Kevin? Cuz
I
you're on
can't.
my
No.
you
What
can't
do we
cuz you're
got?
on let's see. How does Kevin Oh, that's my mom. Mom, seriously? How does Kevin like driving in Arizona?
Actually, hey, that's a good question though, Ryan's mom. Driving in Arizona is not
Diana?
very bad. Diana, you raised a great son. But anyways, the roads are really large here, so like even the side streets are three lanes, and then the freeways are eight. I don't know how many 8 lanes or something like that. I mean, just like any big city, if you're driving at 5 p.m. or 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. in the morning, you're gonna hit some traffic, but it's nowhere near like LA or Seattle or anything like that. I think it's actually it's really good. I like it.
Cool. Hold on, I got a question from somebody, and I just had hello, Cliff. By the
Perfect.
way, my buddy Cliff is another client of mine, another victim of mine. He's on. Yeah, I really wish I would have brought some water. Good call, Kevin.
Yeah,
It's like
I brought water and wine, so
water and wine.
that's all you
Uh,
need.
Drinking edition. Let me see. Somebody's asking a question about affordability here. Dang, I took off my
Yeah,
email. Hold on a second. Let me search that real fast. This is gonna be the fun part. Give me one sec, guys, and I'll answer that question. Um, all right, so I'm searching for it. Hey George, what's up, buddy? You'll love it out here. Ryan's the best. You're in good hands. Thanks. He's already out here, so he's been in good hands. So Kevin and I like to
yeah,
play pickleball, although I've been ditching him a lot.
yeah.
So it's just so like nice out, and Kevin can only play at like noon, and I'm like or 1 o'clock, and I'm like, well, let's
No,
play in the morning. Kevin
okay.
goes to church, so it's kind of tough. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it's what.
I was just gonna say that's another really cool thing about Gilbert. I assume a lot of people hear about Gilbert, the Gilbert Regional Park down there that has a ton of pickleball courts. It's brand new, tennis courts, all that stuff, and yeah, Ryan and I play pickleball all the time. Well, we used to play all the time.
Yeah, it's tough to find the time these days. I can't find this thing, but somebody's asking, okay, how much are they putting down in terms of percentage on average? A lot of people are coming from California. Yeah, and that's kind of the problem right now. I really wish I would have brought water. So that's kind of the problem. I feel like, okay, I'm good. So if you're putting like 10% down, it's kind of tough because what's happening, especially if you want the home, if it's got the white cabinets, the white granite countertops and everything, it's like 10% down may not cut it because people are doing appraisal waivers. And then if you go over appraised value by 10 to 20,000, it just cuts your down payment. If you're putting 10% down on a house, that's, four or 500,000. And now it's gone up to like, yeah, 700,000. So that's 60, 70,000. Then you're taking 20,000 to go over appraised value. So it's just really tough. So, I mean, you have people that are coming here and like, I've had some clients that just pay cash and yeah, I don't know where they get it from, but they pay cash, or some people are putting like 50% down, but I would say the majority, like around 20%, if you're getting a higher priced home, like around the 700s, that type of thing. And that's really what you need to compete. So it's really, it is tough. I have some other clients that have put down 5% or 10% on a new build. And, that's really I think if you're putting down that much, that might be a really good option for you, is to look at a new build, especially right now, because there's a lot more, I guess, availability. I do feel like a lot of the availability with the new builds are either like these $1 million Toll Brothers homes in Morrison Ranch, which you can get, by the way, Kevin, if you're looking. And then also, I was just reading a comment and lost my train of thought. Oh, also in like Queen Creek, there are some, but the problem is there's no backyard. So people are like, I'm not going to pay 600,000 for this house and then not have a
Yeah,
backyard. So it's kind of tough. But anyways, that's my rant on that.
but I
Someone
mean,
say,
they're building them for a reason. I mean, not everybody wants a backyard and have
yeah,
a front yard and all that stuff. So you
didn't you
never
want a
know.
big yard? Were you were kind of looking at
I
like a
want to
medium
beat in
size?
the yard, and I'm glad I didn't get a big yard because now mowing and stuff and overseeding and things like that. I'm
Yeah, it's a
glad I
lot of
only
fun.
have grass turf in the back. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know it is kind of fun, but it's
not
too much.
that is like miserable. Overseeding is, if you're doing it
Oh,
yourself, there's like manure involved, there's seed,
yeah,
and then there's like
right.
scaring pigeons away from eating your seed for like 3 weeks. It's not a lot of fun. So
Yeah, that is the annoying part. The
yeah,
pigeons eating and seed. Like all this work I did. Stop eating my seed.
right, yeah. So anyway, so I hope I answered that question. That's for LT. CB, the U-Pack is great, but FYI, anyone shopping to Phoenix, they have no storage. You can't leave it there for more than a few days. Good information. Didn't know
Right.
that. So cool deal.
Yeah, that
Not
I
really.
think that's what ours was too. It was like a couple days, and they came and picked it up.
QT says, what's the best part of Phoenix? I'm moving to Scottsdale/Carefree. That's awesome up there. Like it's like high desert. It's different than down here. A lot of rolling hills. So I mean, if you can move to Scottsdale and Carefree, definitely like super cool place. I don't know. I go up
Yeah,
there all the time, and I'm like, I want to move here. And that's how it is here. It's like everywhere you
yeah,
go. Like if it's West Valley, if it's like Victory, or not Victory, but Verado. I'm used to all the 55 plus areas because I love them.
Yeah.
But like, there's all these
I was
different
just in
areas.
Verado today.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I mean, there's like every area has such cool little features about it, and you just got to figure out which features you like and where you want to be. So, Carefree
Yeah.
Scottsdale,
I
awesome.
think definitely up Scottsdale, that Carefree, all that area up there. You definitely see the mountains more too.
Yeah,
You know, you
yeah.
get those views are just beautiful.
It's kind of flat here in Gilbert. You have the Santan Mountain in the
Yeah,
background, but it's really flat, which is good if your kids are riding bikes because you don't want them.
that's right.
You know. Hey, Kevin, question for you, buddy. What's been your experience adjusting to the heat coming from Seattle? Must be difficult.
Yeah, that was a good question. That's why we actually moved in June. I wanted to get the full experience. You know, it's one of those things. You go from your air conditioning car, to your air conditioning house, and it was a deal breaker for us that we had to have a pool. So then we go into our pool. It gets hot in the summertime. You know, I play golf a lot, but I was playing in 115 quite often. You know, you just need to have your water, have your wet towels and stuff like that. But you can still do stuff. In Seattle, and it's raining and miserable and cold. You don't really do anything. You just sit home and get fat, eat chocolate, drink wine. You know, here you can still do things, and you can go to the movies. You can do a lot of different things. And a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of
kind of
times you
nice.
just need to do them early, right? Try to get those things done early. Midday is a little warm.
Yeah, the warmest, and what you'll notice with the or the electric bill is they have a plan like I think from 3 to 6. If you don't use, I think like we have it so that our AC, I think this is how it is. It doubles at that time, so we try to like what is it called, like cooling the house first, and then you lit it. You just basically turn the AC on so you're not wasting all this money from 3 to 6, but it gets warm in the house if you don't have like a super new sealed
Yeah.
house. So you got to turn the air on. It's rough. It is rough, and that's why like with our family, we live in Power Ranch and we don't have a pool. We're getting one built though. It's coming along. But so there's a pool here, and we just go swimming there and like spend the whole summer at the pool. It's a lot of fun,
That's
but you
it.
do have to watch the sun because the sun cooks you. It's definitely different than the sun anywhere else. It's even in the winter, it could be like 60 degrees, but you feel this warmth of the sun on you. And just imagine that in 110 heat. It's rough
Yeah.
for sure, but it's a dry heat, right? It's a dry heat.
That's so right, dude. It's so right.
It
Dry
really
heat.
it is right. Yeah, no
Don't let
doubt.
that deter you from moving to Arizona. You'll get used to that. It's not a big
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's see what else we got here. So someone said they need to be near a good hospital. So I mean, there's banners around everywhere. That's kind of the big hospital here. You know, Kevin's wife Heather can definitely make some make a call to her, and she'll come over, and you know, she's got her doctorate and whatnot. She can help you out. But anyways, no. So there are also like what are those little like ER rooms that they have here, urgent cares. So
Urgent
I just
cares,
go to
yeah.
urgent cares, and it's
Mhm.
weird. It seem like there's nobody in the. I mean, have you ever been to one here or no?
I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it seems like there's
They're
nobody
just
there.
smaller.
So very helpful, but yeah, very good hospitals in Banner. There's one in Santan Valley. There's one that they just built in Chandler. Mercy Gilbert's a really good hospital. They got the Mayo Clinic up north. I don't. Do you know of any other hospitals, or does
Yeah,
Heather?
they just built one down the street from us. Another banner. They're all
Okay,
over the place.
sure.
You can definitely. I don't anywhere you live, unless you live way south, Santan Valley. But if you're living anywhere, Gilbert, Chandler, Mesa, Scottsdale, there'll be a
Yeah,
hospital close, and
and
they're
I know
really
everybody.
good too.
Everyone's got their own needs and stuff, so not sure if that'll work for you, but there are good hospitals. And then Banner, actually Ironwood, Banner Ironwood is the one in Santan, so that's on like it's by Encanterra basically. So that
Okay.
one is a
Oh
good
yeah.
option. So definitely. Hey to Paul Coven, what's up, buddy? Yeah, so he moved to Spur Cross. I met him. I was out doing a video that I never like did any. I do shoot a lot of videos, and then I just don't do anything with the footage. I do that all the time, and I probably have more unused footage than used footage. I'm just weird like that. But Paul, I was out like talking to my camera, and he's like, "Hey, Ryan Meeks, what's up?" And that was interesting. So what's up, dude? Hope all's well. He's got his area set up with misters and built for heat. Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
what else could I ask you? What didn't I ask Kevin that you guys want to hear from Mr. Seattle? I think he's ready for bed. I know it's like 8:30 here. I usually go to sleep by now.
Oh, we're good.
He's
Get
drinking
out of
wine, so he's just the night is young over there.
Yeah, that's right. Just getting started.
Woo!
Uh,
But
yeah.
I'm trying to think what else I didn't ask you here. Yeah,
Let's
no.
see.
Anybody else got questions? Anybody?
Uh,
Not mine's not
great
ending
golf.
this in a good way.
No,
Cut.
well,
All right. Well, hey guys,
edit.
Kevin, thank you so much for coming on. I'm going to let him go be back with his family. I just wanted to, try to do this. I appreciate there were actually people here putting comments in and chatting. I literally thought it was going to be like me, Kevin, and my mom hanging out. So I'm really happy that some people showed up to this. So thank you for doing that. I'll try to do every Thursday. George is a client of mine. He's on this chat. George, get you in here. See how it's going. George is from California. My man Cliff is on here. Paul, if you want to, join, you can, we can get you on. But every Thursday, I'm going to try to just bring somebody on and ask, what their challenges were, what they did to, how they've adjusted, things like that. So with that, thank you so much, Kevin, for coming. You guys, thank you so much. Have a great night. I appreciate you putting up with me for like 36 minutes. It had to have been rough, but I appreciate you guys breaking through it. Everybody have a great night. Kevin, thank you, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me, brother. Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Peace. All right, we're done.
What were you doing?
I did a live stream.
Did you use the last one to subscribe as a rotten egg? Did you do that yet? Did you? Dad.
Did I do what?
Last one to subscribe.
Say it on the microphone. Yeah, I'm still on. Go ahead. Say it on the microphone.
Last one to subscribe is a rotten egg.
Last one to subscribe is a rotten egg. That's what he always wants me to say. And show him Nash. Show him the dog. This is like after hours right here. Here's our dog Nash. He's a mini golden doodle. Look at that guy. Isn't that the cutest dog you've ever seen? Say bye.